we treat the access to systems and all those kind of things was audited. And that resulted in we received the European Privacy Seal in, I think it was around June 2008. So it took us 7 months to go through the audit, and even during that audit, some aspects came up, and we thought, well, that's a good idea to build in because we can increase the privacy we offer. So during the process, we also made the product better regarding the privacy. And so that resulted in we received the first European Privacy Seal in 2008. And that answers your question, actually, because this is a very, very serious research done by an independent privacy watchdog in Germany, because the European Commission put that German privacy watchdog in place to develop that European Privacy Seal. And more companies are being awarded with that Privacy Seal. They go through the same process as I just described. And well, this is to my knowledge the best and one of the only privacy seals who are really independent and third-party, and in this case, privacy watchdog operated.
You know what this reminds me of, Alex? It reminds me of PGP of search engines. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the PGP, pretty good privacy, which allows a person to send anonymous, undetectable communication that can't be tampered with. And it reminds me of being able to secure your search items so that they can't be collected and used later as part of a data profiling on you. That's very important. Don't you also think, Alex, that most of us relate to Google and Bing and Yahoo as almost like a form of neuromarketing in the sense that Google's becoming our everything. They're now part of a browser and their email box for us. And soon they're going to the cloud. And, you know, it's worrisome because we view search engines like Google and Bing, a lot of us, as part of our lives already, very much the way we do with cell phones. We have that relationship with search engines, and the search engines do not have to answer to us as people about our privacy. And a lot of people think, well, if you have something to hide, then you should concern yourself with your privacy. If you don't, you have nothing to worry about. And that's a consistent paradigm across time with people that are concerned with privacy. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you're right in that a lot of people think I follow the rules and I don't do anything evil or whatever, so I don't have a problem. But that's the world upside down. Because, you know what, here in the Netherlands, you have to show your passport if the police ask for it. So you have to show who you are all times. And by the time that was introduced, some people, they had the same approach as you just gave. But I said by those days, you know, everybody who is against that, you should put in prison immediately because they must have something to hide because they, you know. And actually, that's not how it works, of course, because imagine that you follow all the rules and you're a good person, and somewhere a governmental organization finds something because of face recognition, you have been recognized somewhere in this particular street, that combined with your search history, that combined with a lot of other information makes you a suspect. Obviously, you are not, but, you know, there could be circumstances that you have to prove that you're innocent. That's the way upside down, in our opinion.
It's a constant showing that you're basically okay, and if you have any problem with the intrusion of government and government abilities and tools to track you and your information, then you're potentially suspect. You're correct that that's upside down. What's happening in the European Union with Written Declaration 29, Alex?
Well, the European Parliament consists of 750 people. And what happened that one of them, every member can put subjects in and finally to discuss with the ultimate goal to make law, because that's what they're doing. And the written Declaration 29 was actually, there was, of course, people have, the European Parliament members needed to vote also about that. And the written Declaration 29 suggested that search engines should keep their data to up to 2 years. The reason of that written Declaration 29 was to track down pedophiles and finally to get them in prison. So, yeah, that is also, in our opinion, the way upside down, because you can't, all the good people, are also obliged, to give all their data to the search engine, and it's kept in the log files and in the databases. So, imagine that becomes law, then, yeah, that's a huge problem, because then you can't have any privacy when using search engines. We are very, very scared about what's happening there, because that will change our lives regarding privacy, in our opinion.
Will it put you out of business?
Well, beside the fact that it puts us out of business, perhaps there are other items we can offer privacy with, but the main important thing, in our opinion, and that's also a human right in our opinion, is that we don't store the IP address of the users. And imagine that written Declaration 29 becomes law here in Europe, then we have to keep that IP address. It's not law yet. Definitely not. It's a first suggestion, and there will be a lot of discussion following about this. Also, and that's the strange thing, that it's in contradiction of something another working party of the European Commission is doing, and that's the Article 29 working group, and they are focusing on pushing search engines to offer privacy to their users. And the less time IP addresses are kept in the log files, the better. So it seems that the left hand of the European Parliament and the European Commission is not knowing what the right hand is doing.
Can you help them?
Well, definitely, because what we believe is that there is a lack of knowledge. I think a lot of those parliament members saw the text of the declaration and thought, who can be against tracking down pedophiles? And that's true, of course, but they didn't realize what it meant for privacy for the majority of the people. So there was also you could also read in publications and all kinds of sites that some parliament members try to change their opinion a little bit. But yeah, in the end, it is they have for that written Declaration 29 there is a majority, so it's brought to the next phase now. And what we believe is that and hope, of course, is that a lot of people make clear that they not agree with that. But again, it's no law yet. It's just the next phase in the discussion.
But you have to watch it very carefully. So many governments have used and packaged initiatives under the guise of security to push something through. And so whether this is written in the context of, we're going to stop pedophiles, and you overhaul an entire system, which means that you're tracking everybody under the guise of we're looking for pedophiles, this is a packaged intrusion, really. And you have to watch it carefully, every detail, every development from here until anything that is potentiating anonymity and privacy is secured. And then you have to still mindfully watch every detail.
The thing you mentioned earlier, the awareness of people, that's so important, and especially with the written Declaration 29, it's so important that people understand what's happening and are being aware that our privacy is at risk when a search engine stores the data for 2 years. So yes, to answer your earlier question, there's a lot of there's a lack of awareness, and we try, and you can see that if you look on our site also, we have a button which explains on our homepage, which explains